Hi Age, I have a couple of pointers for you along from watching your video. My first concern is why do you have to use Pokemon as your go-to icons in the map? I know that it's appealing to kids, but you've got things like copyright coming in there. And just from a usability point of view, when I first looked at it, I thought you were trying to integrate something into Pokemon Go. So you want a standalone product at the end of the day as well. So maybe using something other than that. Also, I'm assuming that you want the users to not know that they're going to get to a balloon game at the end of their running around to the place in the app or on the map, sorry. So otherwise, yeah, you could start coming up with like balloon themed things. But otherwise, yeah, the simple mystery box icons might become a bit easier for you to manage in terms of, like you were talking about managing your pictures. It might be easier if you just used some simpler icons rather than, yeah, detailed pictures such as Pokemon characters. I really like the idea that, yeah, you're going to add in the zoom feature of on the map just because at the moment the scale of the map that you're working with is um, quite large, and the way that the icons are all spaced out means that the person's going to be travelling quite far. And given that they're kids and if they're working in a little group, is the aim of the game really to be driving across town? So yeah, perhaps even if there isn't a zoom feature, so if you are going to limit where the kids are going, definitely putting it on a smaller scale than what's suggested in your prototype. But of course, it is just a prototype, so that's fair enough. My other question was going to be, is it only the balloon game or there are other games involved? In which case, can you integrate other games? So can you integrate things like good old Candy Crush and stuff like that? So so that kids can play versus each other in that setting. And then my other question was just your game type, because it's aimed towards children. You've got some privacy security issues that you might want to think about. So limiting the kids from being able to wander too far away is probably a good idea, and having that sort of written into where the stations are generated. And then also, are you going to have, you could have two modes where it's working collaboratively versus a sort of race mode where the kids have to run between stations and complete the activities, so like your balloon game and things, in the quickest time possible, or one where, yeah, they can explore together. So that was just a bit of an idea that I had while checking out your game. And then your question of how to manage the pictures, because your main issue here, you also expressed that the issue is that you're managing the pictures between different devices. And I think at this point, if you limit the device that you are writing for, then that problem won't be so bad. Also, as I said before, the detail in the pictures that you're looking to use, if you limit those down again, it'll make it a bit easier to work with. So this is just going to a prototype stage. So if you can limit down which device, so which operating system you're going to work on first, and then pick which spec device you're going to actually work towards. And then there's always room for improvement and expansion later. So I think at this point, if you just look at what you're going to do in the first instance and make sure that your pictures work, and yeah, you can get them into the first device and then work on the expansions later, would be my advice for that particular question. All right, thanks. Good luck.